Clash of Clans with cheese. Load this up here. So the second part of this most recent war against Goblin Gurus, I'm going to do the Town Hall 9s right now. Didn't shout out, so let's see if anybody's on here. Say hi to the boob. So, yeah, the Town Hall 9 attacks in this last war weren't very exciting. I cleaned one up. That was pretty sweet. I missed another one. Might do a post-mortem if I get bored. I want to do another video about where I went wrong on it. But yeah, I got a couple of funky ones. Yeah, I might as well get into it here. Pretty stoked. Paint the Warlock green. I wish I wouldn't have told you guys last video that we had lost one a while ago, or else I'd just say we were undefeated. But yeah, sometimes bad things happen like that. Okay, so where do I want to start at? Yeah, you guys are in for a treat. Lord Rich, man, he brings the funk for sure. His BK was down on this one, so he kind of had to drop a bit. But I've seen him go all out Funky Town on some pretty well upgraded bases. So we can see what kind of a comp he brings with him. Kind of go through it a little bit here. Some barbs, arch, giants, what the Valk, and the kitchen sink as well. So he's just gonna kind of throw it all at him. Whenever he first came on, you know, kind of one of those guys like, yeah, I use Valks, and you're like, okay, like this guy's gonna get stuffed, and then he just went all out nuts on a couple of bases, and it was like, all right. So yeah, it kind of starts with the giants. This was a second attack, so he was just picking off some of the giant bomb locations, and then he just kind of brings it in. So in waves. So we got the giants down, the barbs, the arch, the whiz, the queen, and then the Valks, and they can land and hammer out the clan castle, and then the hoax. He doesn't. See, this is actually pretty interesting to me because whenever I do my hog attacks, or, you know, it's like hog comps, I always go in and get the queen first. But this woman was buried. And, you know, it's like it still works, though. It's like, so what? If it's under heal, maybe she gets one or two of them. But then all of the defenses are cleared out for that kill squad. And they're going to go, and the queen's going to take care of it, or the Valks, or whatever is going to take care of the queen anyways. So as long as it's really dead before the cleanup, you know, maybe it's not super important that it gets taken care of first thing. But again, I don't even know what just happened. But the queen is over there, pretty clutch queen ability. And yeah, I mean, it's going to get kind of close. Granted, he doesn't have his Barb King with him. But, you know, finishes the job for sure. You know, it's like, and he had plenty of time as well. It's really not as close as it looks because he just went full force ahead. There's no lore, there's none, anything like that. So if you have, 5 or 6 healthy hogs left at the end, you know, it's going to get the job done. So it's a really interesting attack. It's a treat watching that. Take one more look at the comp. 2 heals, 2 rage, and just a bunch of junk. So yeah, really nice, Rich. It's always a pleasure. Okay, so that was 12. Let's get the boss going. See what the boss is up to. Boss getting it on the ground. Let's see what kind of a comp we go in here. He's got, what did he have? Did you have witches in your CC? I don't know what you had. But yeah, it looks like a pretty tough base. A pretty difficult base to lure and kill without getting hammered. I would say the 9 o'clock spot is the furthest away from that archer tower. You could have some room to work. But let's see how this one all went. Couple giants. Get that lure. Get that. Here come. We got a witch. Yeah, you always kind of crap your pants a little bit when you see a witch in the clan castle. So got an archer point over here, and I like dropping the witch right there, but I don't like it dropping other stuff on the side. If you drop 2 witches in the corner, it's going to handle all of that. And you really don't even have to worry about it. A couple witches with your queen and a couple of barbs and, like a whiz. And then so this all starts. It's like, but if you drop your a couple of witch to handle the clan castle at 9 o'clock, and then you got one golem at like 8 o'clock on that cannon, and the other golem up here at 10, those witches and, drop your P.E.K.K.A. and your whiz, they're just going to go straight in from 9 o'clock, and it's going to create kind of that natural funnel out of your clan castle. So, it's like, but instead that witch gets capped on the 9 o'clock side, and you're a little bit, and there's nothing tanking for all of your whiz, and the rest of that on that 9 o'clock side. So you're losing a lot of troops over there. And so, yeah, a couple more wall breakers in there to try and bury everything. Still got plenty of spells, some whiz. All the abilities. The queen isn't out yet either. So, it's definitely a pretty solid attack. We're going to be okay. P.E.K.K.A. getting crazy. And whap. Clan Castle. Whap. The Town Hall. Where's the queen at? There she is. So yeah, there's that, solid 2-star, but not getting much further than that. It's a pretty tough base, a lot of big walls, so didn't quite make it all the way there, but still a good run, boss. Getting it on the ground. Okay, so run this one out a little bit. That's a nice juicy P.E.K.K.A. Golem, that's a nice one. Okay. Yep. Yeah, buddy. Okay. So, looks like I'm up next. These guys are ripping on this new clan that we're going up against. They got some goofy bases. It's going to be a fun video. Okay, so this guy's pretty good. Okay, so this was a second attack. Just a quick one. Just kind of how I was seeing this. I knew where the double bomb locations were. They were between, like, by the cannon on either side at 6 o'clock, and I could trip the ones up at 12 o'clock, but it didn't really even need to. So, Holo, I guess I'll kind of just go through it. It's kind of hard to... This was a second attack, knew where everything was, and dropped the 3 loons down the bottom because to get the lure and to break up that double bomb location at 6, and waited for that archer tower to start attacking those other loons, dropped 2 there to pick it off, kind of for hog pathing. And then, yeah, just kind of lit up all this stuff up top to, like, 1 for pathing, and also because I wanted my kill squad to have room to work, because I knew I needed to get in and get that queen. And I hate it when defenses are... playing with my witches whenever I'm trying to kill off the CC. So, yeah, a big air mine, got that 1 loon. So I finished it off with a couple more hogs. And then, boom, dropped the witches. And this got a little bit squirrely because the skeletons went to that gold mine instead of the whiz. And so I dropped my king, which was a little bit premature, and it took a little bit of a beating for that. And I also got those whizzes on the other side to cut the funnel, which was huge. I almost lost it because if the kill squad doesn't go towards the 3 o'clock side and funnel towards the queen, I'm stuffed big time. And those wall breakers right there, man. This guy coming, he's the real MVP because my king goes down, and then those wall breakers let my skeletons in, and that's going to go and get the queen, and then. Yeah, it's like, if you look at the pathing from here now, it's just a straight line across the base, and I have 4 heal spells. So this dude is stuffed. There's no double giant bombs in the middle, and so there's just nothing he can do. I still got, my queen full health, witches cooking out skeletons. So at this point, there's not really a whole lot bad that can happen. Hogs, whap. The king, he knows what's coming. It's gonna come. And so I had a couple whiz left over that I dropped at 6 and like 3 o'clock-ish, which is actually going to come into play because this got a little bit tighter on time than I thought it would. I guess I kind of jerked around a bit much with the loons, later king. And that was also a mistake dropping that last heal there because these guys, go to those elixir collectors, and I knew that there were double giant bombs there. And so if these hogs, after killing this, they run across to the other side and trip both those giant bombs, I would have been in trouble. But yeah, and now at this point there's just nothing left. But everything's cooked in the middle right now because the queen can't get out. He's got this big Lego walls. But yeah, this dude's donezo. You can see the comp. I had 6 hogs in the CC, so 22 hogs, couple witches, loons, and 1 smoked base. Never too late, buddy. Whee! Okay, so that was me. That was on their number 9 base. That's the one that I missed, which I was pretty upset about. But that guy had a pretty good anti-holo base. He tricked me. This replay, this one's weird, man. CCCP. So on a base like this, it's like, okay, GoWiPe, sweet. Jump spell, going to get into the middle, and then going to get hammered by all the defenses left on the outside. Usually on a base like this, yeah, you get it in the middle, you get the 2-star, but there's no chance for a 3-star. A decent golem spread. I would kind of like it to be a little bit wider, but it still worked, and was able to get all that stuff, even though the whiz on the 9 o'clock side are getting hammered now. A couple of Valks. What the Valk? In the CC, and then the jump spell, and just dumping everything here. Beckers go, whee! Right in the middle. And so, yeah, and at this point, okay, obviously this middle is going to get absolutely demolished quickly, which is actually pretty cool looking. But there's still all of the base's defense are left on the outside. So at this point, it's like, okay, cool, you're going to get it, and you're going to struggle to get even the 50% maybe when everything gets locked in the middle. So that jump spell to get in, and then it's just, yeah, boom. So that's it. And then here comes the clutch part, where everything is this queen, this P.E.K.K.A, and this whiz. You guys hanging out, and they dip out the backside. And so now you have this little mini quick kill squad going on the side there. P.E.K.K.A's tanking, queen's hammering it, whiz is doing work. And so all this is going to taper off up top here. But you still got this mini kill squad going on the side. And these guys turn out to be, the real artists over here doing work. So we got a couple P.E.K.K.As left. And this actually turns into a 3-star. And I was absolutely shocked. And it was the way that jump spell worked out, and how a couple of them hopped out the back and went around the side. So, yeah, really interesting. I just don't know if that's something that you can plan or not. I usually don't think that GoWiPe on bigger bases, or it's at least mid to higher upgraded Town Hall 9s are going to net you a 3-star very often. But this one definitely worked, and he had plenty of time to do it. So it was well handled. Really interesting attack. So, yeah, okay, so one more. We're going to get Stormin' Norman. Okay, Norm. Norm is our big bruiser Town Hall 10. And he kind of just lets it rip, which is fun to watch. So let's let this go. You're going to get some pointers here, Norm. Yeah, so good pull. No questions about it, and good anchor point. You got that big thing, you got the big dark elixir storage over there, so it's not going to go down if you drop a whiz on it or something like that, and it's going to stay there. And right now, if you want to use like the witches, drop the witches right now and give them a chance to develop some skeletons, and they're going to take care of this entire clan castle. And you can even put your queen behind it and a whiz or two, and you're good. You don't even have to worry about it because they're not going to die, I promise. And so there's the one witch, and so a bunch of whiz behind it. It's looking okay here. But if you had that second witch pushing out some more skeletons, you wouldn't have lost any of those. And so here, and what I would say too is, instead of you know, it's like, especially if you drop 2 witches over there at 3 o'clock and you have all that kill squad going there, attack from that same side. So instead of dropping those 2 golems at like 8 o'clock, drop them at like 2 on that arch tower and drop it at like 4 o'clock on that archer tower or that cannon. And then drop a third. Did you bring 3? I don't know what you're working with. Dragon. What the drag? And then, you know, it's like you can kind of just go straight down the middle. You'll have a good spread, and you'll still have 6 whiz up there and 2 witches. So that would be 50 housing space. So that's the difference between upgrading your town hall and the army camps. Like, that's the difference that you give up there. So that's going to make a huge difference. And your troops are so strong that you have a lot of room for error. So as long as you just keep your troops together, you know, it's like, and don't lose a lot in the lore, you're going to hammer out all of these bases. Drag doing work, beating on the king. He's going to get a breath. There goes the king. Okay. And here comes the queen. She's going to do some work. Whap, 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 whap. Whap, 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 whap. And then good ability. Boom. Yeah, and so it's going to net the 2-star. And not much more than that. But still a solid attack. Storm and Norman, they're getting a taste. Big bruiser. And speed this one up to kind of polish it off a little bit. But yeah, that's it, guys. Check out this troop comp here. And so, yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll be on again in a couple more days with some more vids, hopefully from another war win, and hopefully with some pretty sweet attacks, because we got some pretty sweet bases to go at. All right, dudes. Peace.